Now, the next 3 slides will help you adopt a questioning mind in planning, evidence gathering, and opinion stage of the audit. Planning is important, so we've set out 6 questions that can help put you in a skeptical mindset. Let's walk through them. First, do I thoroughly understand the client's business? Does preliminary analytical review reveal anything unusual? Are there inherent risks that warrant more persuasive evidence? Is the client structure unnecessarily complex? Has client started or acquired a business with unusual features? Perhaps inconsistent with other product lines, unusually favorable terms, loss-making entities. This is something that we see a lot of, and we really would encourage you when you're in the planning stage to look closely at the lines of business. And then next, are there multi-jurisdictional operations without good corporate oversight? Later in the slides, we'll talk about tone at the top and how it applies to audit firms. But it's just as important when you're dealing with a client, especially if it's a new client, to take a look at their corporate oversight. Do they have good tone at the top? Do they promote good business behavior? Or are they typically cutting corners whenever they would get a chance? That's something that you seriously need to consider when you're planning the audit, because it's going to help you determine what your audit procedures are and what needs to be done. When you plan an audit, you need to consider it with a fresh perspective each year, because companies are dynamic, not static. Employees change, business practices change, tone at the top changes. Things change, so remember this during the planning stage. Be able to understand the client's business well enough to identify inconsistencies. When considering how to test high-risk accounts, think about what could go wrong. For example, is the business structure unnecessarily complex? If so, why? Maybe the client is trying to hide something. What type of test could you do to gain comfort about potential threats? The planning stage is your opportunity to decide where your time and effort needs to be spent. High-risk areas deserve strong audit procedures that lend themselves to independent validation if possible. Remember, failure to plan is a plan for failure.